So after thinking we'd have a pretty tame dirt late model offseason, there are some big changes that have been percolating for a few weeks now. Some people noticed something different on one specific car design that came out for the Dome, and changes are underway behind the scenes. A couple of days ago, Dylan Brady's Night Owl design dropped the wrap for Brandon Overton's 76 for the Gateway Dirt Nationals. It's a sweet looking red, white, and blue Budweiser design. It's a return to Budweiser for Overton. And this all tracks because Budweiser their home is in St. Louis, which is also the home of the Gateway Dirt Nationals. But missing from that wrap is the Longhorn factory team logo. And that in and of itself hasn't been completely unique this year, as other 76 car wraps haven't had it, but we did go from a Longhorn factory team scheme specifically to this Bud car, and the logo is suddenly gone. Others have also noticed changes with merch and changes to social media stuff. Gotten multiple messages in recent days about the changes folks have noticed, but this is a story I've been following for several weeks. And the suspicions are correct. Riggs Motorsports and Longhorn are splitting after 2 years together as the partnered Longhorn factory team. Riggs served as the Longhorn factory team for 2024 with Brandon Shepard in the seat and 2025 with Overton. I'm told the split is amicable, but that both sides, Longhorn with Steve Arpin and Riggs with team owner Scott Riggs, realized that a change was necessary. Expectations have been super high for this factory team the last 2 years, first with Shepard and then with Overton. But even though there have been race wins and a World of Outlaws championship, things never quite reached the level of those expectations. And you know what? Maybe those expectations were impossible to realize. But when you see Jonathan Davenport and Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., and Devin Moran and others having so much success with Longhorns, it was hard not to expect the same here. Just a single Lucas win on the year was not what anyone thought would happen, especially with a veteran crew and crew chief Anthony Burrows. It's an incredible illustration of just how hard it is to win and win regularly in dirt late model racing. It would seem they had all of the right pieces and plenty of support, and it just didn't work. Going forward, Overton is staying with Riggs. They're running the Dome coming up, and then plans for 2026 are still TBD. I think both national tours are potentially on the table, and then maybe even a pick and choose slate. I would expect, though, that they stay in the Longhorn orbit, continue to use those chassis, and get support like the other top teams. I think that's a good indicator that things between the two sides are still on good terms. On the flip side, what happens next with a Longhorn factory team or house car still up in the air? I wouldn't expect anything Longhorn owned to materialize, at least in the near term. We know that Kevin Rumley's 6 car has done a lot of the R&D work in recent years, and I would expect that to continue. We talked a few weeks ago about the emergence of an Olin shock program on that car, and Mike Marlar running them as well. I think Longhorn can continue to lean on that program for further development without a kind of defined factory team or house car. But will we see another Longhorn factory team branded car come Speed Weeks? I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I don't think that I would expect it.